Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing another movie review. This movie is a comedy from Argentina, Spanish language English subs, released in the year 1985, directed by Alejandro Doria, and this film is called Waiting for the Hearse. So Waiting for the Hearse is about an Argentine family. You have an elderly mother who is definitely in the way of everything. The daughter-in-law is constantly, yelling at her. She's getting in the way. She's doing things that are making people angry, and so the daughter-in-law desperately wants someone to look after her, another relative to take care of her, at least for a few weeks so she can have a break. And so she's at breaking point, but then one day the elderly mother goes missing, and this is where the family is fraught with worry. They believe that something horrible has happened to her, and now they've changed from being frustrated to actually really wanting her back. And so basically it's, you don't know what you have until it's gone, and when it is gone, it might already be too late. So the family is going to go and look for her, and in what ensues is a comedy of errors. And so what those errors are is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Waiting for the Hearse. This is a very beloved Argentine classic, and so for that I was really excited to see this movie. Now I've heard a lot about it, TV shows in Argentina, they use quotes from this film, they use the soundtrack from this film, and so basically all Argentinians know about this movie, but I had hesitations coming into it because I didn't know if this was going to be a universally funny film or a funny film for those local to the particular area. And so a lot of these classics in particular countries, you have to be a local to fully appreciate it. So that was the hesitation coming into it, but having lived in Argentina and known the life, I thought, okay, well that's an advantage for me. And so I heard a lot of people talking about it. This, as I said, is a classic, and so what was this going to bring? Was it going to bring a film that I didn't really understand, or was it going to be a film that I would really enjoy? And thankfully, after finally watching and Waiting for the Hearse, I will say that this is a movie I thoroughly enjoyed. It had issues that I believe prevented it from being an absolute masterpiece in comedy, but it was still a hell of a lot of fun. And underneath all the insanity that this movie provides, there's actually a very strong message about the elderly and how the elderly can get in the way. The elderly can feel as though they're being left out, but when they're gone, you don't know what you've got until it's gone, and when it is gone, you notice the hole that it leaves behind. And so I thought that was a very sweet message, basically saying not to forget the elderly population. Now unfortunately this is the case. When something becomes common, then you believe you're better off without it, but when you're without it, then all of a sudden you realise, okay, I miss this. And so this is a film that does have outlandish insanity, but underneath it I thought it had a really sweet message that really is relevant in today's society as far as how we treat the elderly. And so the elderly can get in the way, but there's a lot of love behind that, and so when it's gone, then this is where you desperately want it back. And I thought the way that this family go from being sick of this old lady to actually wanting her back, I thought that was actually quite sweet. And so it does have a heartfelt message, and it does provide a very strong purpose opposed to just being a funny film. And I will say that this movie is incredibly funny. This is a film that is absolutely insane. Each and every character is completely bonkers, and so they are over the top. The actors do a great job at actually delivering their lines in a very outlandish way. The whole film is basically screaming at each other, and so this is a very aggressive type of film, and I know that that can be a little bit grating for people, but for me, I really liked it. I just thought as though it gave it an otherworldly caricature nature, and that nature I thought was very funny. It is written by genuinely funny people, and I thought the actors all deliver absolutely fantastic performances, and there's a lot of entertainment in those performances. And so this lady, when she's gone, I just thought the comedy of errors that takes place, I thought was absolutely fantastic, and it kept my interest from start to finish. There are particular characters that come into the film that I liked more than others, but each character I thought played a strong role in evolving the story in a way that was just absolutely catastrophic, and that's something that I really liked. It's quite dark. Some of the characters in this movie have no empathy whatsoever, and very despicable characters, but it's done in a way that it is very cartoonish, and it is actually very funny. I thought the soundtrack absolutely iconic, and it was fantastic. It wasn't used excessively, so you don't get sick of it, but I just thought as though it really does stick in the memory, and there are very quotable lines that stand the test of time as far as Argentinians are concerned. So I really like that. So the whole film has that side of it where you've got an Argentine family, very loving, but then when someone's missing, then all of a sudden this is where all hell breaks loose, and so that was all very good. If I had issues with Waiting for the Hearse, I will say that it is very grating after a while. Yelling at each other, it can actually outstay its welcome, but fortunately there's enough entertainment in the film to prevent it from being derailed. But I will say that the yelling and yelling and yelling, you start to feel as though, okay, I need a bit of a rest. But pushing that aside, it's not a major criticism of what is a well well-earned title as a classic. This is a film that many Argentinians love, and I can understand why. Universally, it is very funny, and I would highly recommend it if you like foreign comedies that will make you laugh and at the same time give you the impression of a message that is relevant in today's society. So overall, for Waiting for the Hearse, going to give this one 4 stars. Go out there and see it. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.